So hello everyone, in this video we will be discussing about isomorphic string. Okay, let's quickly discuss about the problem statement. You will be given two strings. For example, string s is egg and string t is add. You have to return true or false. You have to return true if both the strings are isomorphic. You have to return false if not isomorphic. Not isomorphic. How will you say a string is isomorphic or not? You have to take both the strings, and if you able to map each strings in S with each of the strings in T, then you can say a string as isomorphic. Let's take this example and let's map E with A, and G will be mapped to D, and again we have G, and we can map this to this D. Now replace all the characters with our mapped character. So E will be replaced with A and G will be replaced with D. Again the one more G is replaced with D. We don't have to map two times. Already we have G is mapped to D, so once is enough. After mapping, if you get this string and this string as equal, then you can say the string is isomorphic. Now let's take another example where the string fails isomorphic condition. Let's take S same egg and T as sub. Okay, now let's try to map it. E will be mapped to S and G will be mapped to U, and again we have one more G, but this time we can we can't map the another G with B because we already mapped G with U, so we can't map one more G with B. This is not valid, so here we can't do the mapping process, so we will be returning not an isomorphic, which is false. You have to return a false. So now you got, I think you got some idea about this question. Let's take another example and quickly check what if this condition you got. You have B, C, D here, and here you got egg. This time B will be mapped to E and C will be mapped to G, and then another D, we have another D and this will be mapped to G. Okay, it seems like perfect, but if you clearly observe, C is mapped to G, again one more time D is mapped to G. This is not valid. So let's say you map from T to S, so you can get a clear idea. Now if you map from T to S, E will be mapped to B and G will be mapped to C, and already we saw the same condition. We can't map another G to D, so this is not valid. So we have to check two conditions. First we have to try to map from S to T, and again we have to map from T to S. If both mapping can be done, then we can return true, else we have to return false. That's it. Quickly discuss one more example, so you will be getting a clear idea. S equal to life, and then T is equal to kite. Okay, now let's try to map from S to T. What you will be getting, L will be mapped to K and I will be mapped to I, and F will be mapped to T and E will be mapped to T. It seems like okay. Now let's check with T to S. This time k will be mapped with L, and I will be with I, and T will be mapped with F, and finally E will be mapped with E. Okay, there is no collision with both of the mapping, so we can return true easily. Sorry. If any of the mapping is already done, for example, egg and add here E will be mapped with A and G will be mapped with D, and again if you are taking, if any of the string is already mapped, any of the character is already mapped, you have to check this character and the mapped character of G is same or not. If it is same, then we can still accept this, because anyway we are going to map G with D. These both are same only, so there is no collision, we can accept. If say you have, instead of D, you having B here, this time you can't map, because G can't be mapped to B. We already mapped G to D. How we can again map G to B? So this is not valid. If this is the case, you have to return false. That's it. So for this question, we'll be using hash map. Without hash map, I don't know whether any solution is there or not, but if you use a hash map, it will be easy. So let me give a short introduction for hash map. Hash map can be used for various purpose. Here we are using hash map only for looking up purpose. Looking up means if let's say you are standing in this index C, you have to know previously you have encountered A or not. How you can say you are standing at this index, there is no way to go back, you traversed in this way. So now at this point you have to check A is there or not, you traversed A or not. For that we have to store these variables somewhere. For let's say I'm storing A, my traversed variables here A and B. When I'm standing in C, I'm asking this is some data structure. I'm asking this data structure whether I have visited A or not. It will check inside, yeah, I have visited A. Then it will return a true. Same map data structure will also work. We'll quickly discuss few of the map operation, creation, and what else, adding or updating, and then check is there or not, check present or not. Okay, let's quickly write the code for this one. For creating a hash map in Java, this is only for Java. Map, here you have to give your data type. I'm giving character, because in this sum we are going to use character only, integer, and then the variable name. What else, we have to map it with hash map. Okay, for adding and updating, just take this variable and dot put. You have to use a key value pair whenever you are using a map. So the key will be character, any character, for example C, and the value will be 0. You can give anything whichever you have visited. You have to check whether the character is present or not. Here in this data structure we asked whether A is present or not. Like that we can check a map whether you contain key as C or not. If it already added, then it will return true, else it will return false. That's it. So in our case, why we'll be needing a map? So for this case, whenever you are mapping some object, we will be storing it in map, and the moment if G is already stored, we will ask what is the value of G. If it is D and you are standing in D, then we can return true. But what if it is some other character? You have to return false. That's it. We have only two cases. If you are able to map all the characters without any conflicts, just return true. If there is a conflict, you have to check. Only two conditions. If there is no conflict, then return true. If conflict is there, then you have to check two conditions. You can take this example. Even though the conflict is there, even though the conflict is there, it maps to the same character, then we can return true. If it is same, then we can return true. If it is not same character, then we can directly return false. That's it. These are our cases. We just have to code this. That's it. Now let's move to the code. Also, one more thing, we should do this for both S gives T and T gives S. Now let's move to the code. Okay. Declaring a map, we can duplicate this one. Just change the variable to S and T. Okay, and again duplicate this one. Now for this I will be naming T to S. This map will store S to T and this map will store T to S. I hope it's clear. Then our S will be egg and our T will be add, and in one more condition, a failing condition, we will take BCD. Here T will be egg. Okay. Now just traverse both of the string. Here you can get a base condition idea. Like what if S have 3 length and T have 4 or 2 length? We can't map all the characters in the same order, so we can directly return false here. If S dot length is not equal to T dot length, don't worry, return a false. Now int run a for loop, I should be lesser than S dot length. Even you can use T dot length also here, because S and T will be of same length. If this line code, this part of the code is get executed, then the remaining won't continue. If this part of the code, this for loop executed, then S and T will be of same length only. Okay, now store both of the character. We have to take each of the character in every traversal. Temp S equal to S dot char at I. Okay. And next char temp T is equal to T dot char at I. Here what we are doing, for each traversal, for the first traversal we are taking E and A, and for the second traversal we will be taking G and D. For the third traversal we will be taking G and D. Same here, B, E, C, G, D, D. For each traversal in temp s and temp t we will be storing the respective values. Okay, after storing, what we have to check? We have to check whether it is already present or not. If it is not present, we just add it, right? Just check if what is the map for mapping s and t? st. I will write the map here. This is for st and this map is for storing t to s. Okay, if what is our map name? st dot contains key. I'm checking whether tempus is present or not, which is in the first iteration e is already present or not. I'm also using a not condition here. If it returns a false, no, e is not present, then I'm using a not condition, it will become true. Okay, then this part of the code will execute it whenever there is whenever the character is not found. So if the character is not found, we can simply add this. We don't have any issues, we don't have any conflicts. So just add it. For adding, what we have to use? Map dot put. So our map name is st dot put. What is our key? Tempus is our key. And what is our value? Temp t is our value. So after the successful execution of this part, e gives a will be added here from our first iteration. Okay, up to this is everything is okay. Also, I told we have to check for this also, t gives s also. Again, do the same. It should not present, not condition, ts dot contains key temp t. Checking for a gives e condition. If it is not present, just simply add it. ts dot put temp t comma temp s. Okay, now the mapping will be done here. A gives e. Okay, what if it is already present? st dot contains key temp s. Conflicting condition. If it is already present, what we have to check? If take our temp t, and for getting the value, I already used it or not. Okay, for getting the value with the key, we have to use this part of the code. Map dot get c. It will return 0 because we already inserted c in our map. So we are getting the value of c. What is the value of c? 0. It will return 0. That's it. Same we are going to do here. I already told one conflict condition. If g is already present, we have to check whether this d and this d are same. This d is temp t, and this d is the key value per d. So we have to check whether both are same. If both are same, it's fine. If not same, temp t is not equal to st dot get temp s. If both are not same, we'll be returning false. Okay, else everything is okay. Then again you have to check this one for ts. Again check contains key, check temp t. If it contains, we have to check if conflict is there. Okay, once again I have to check with temp s only. So here also I have to get ts value with temp t. If both are not equal, I'll be returning false. If everything is executed successfully, then finally there is no conflict, so I will be returning true. That's it.